Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to take everything we just learned over the course of the last 80 or so minutes and show you one real-life example that takes all of it into account. Here we have Paul M. Hecht, who I mentioned earlier is a Canadian real estate investment coach. This is his story. He started investing in real estate at age 20. He actually made like $7,000 in 2 days, almost overnight. And he did real well, but then he invested all of his money in a partnership. The partners did some things that they shouldn't have, and he ended up being the fall guy and going bankrupt at 33 with 2 kids. He was able to, he knew he could do real estate. He knew he was good at that, and he kicked himself for straying from what he knew when he went in this partnership that failed. So he scraped together $500, and within 2 years, he had amassed a real estate portfolio of $1 million, and he can teach you also to become an everyday real estate millionaire. So if you were in Canada, if you were Paul and you wanted to reach people in Canada who were into real estate, how would you do that? We found it kind of tricky because that's like a market within a market within a market, right? So we have Canadian Real Estate Magazine, where we have this half-page ad sending people to a free 90-minute webinar called Learn How to Profit from the Downturn in Canadian Real Estate and Become an Everyday Real Estate Millionaire. Now, where did Paul get this 90-minute webinar? It's not live, it's recorded. He did something like I'm doing right now, recorded it. Now he uses it as an ethical bribe to get new leads and send people to this page. Now this page is like really long and scrolly, but this is what the top looks like. When people sign up, they go to watch his 90-minute video, and again, he's starting to build the relationship. Here he has, I don't know how many autoresponders this are, but they go out 45 days where he is teaching you about real estate. In addition, he's sending out occasional email broadcasts that aren't, pre-made. They're based on new stuff, and he's sending you to his blog to read about them here, where he's talking about how a rent-to-own works. Now, at the end of this blog post, after he's educated you, or maybe he even does it right here, after attending my live 3-day training last year and learning the ins and outs of how they really work, Scott's business has grown from his better understanding and insight on what investors are trying to achieve. So he's plugging his 3-day real estate training, but it's in the context of great content, always putting content first, and then people totally don't mind. In fact, he gets people saying, Paul, I live in this other part of Canada. I don't live in British Columbia. When are you going to come here? They don't say sales pitch. They love it, and they want him to come to their city. In fact, here's a comment we recently got on that post. This is really the meat and potatoes people are looking for. Thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. I look at my office space in a whole new way. We get love letters like that all the time. Let's look at the metrics of this campaign. Supposedly, there's 20,000 readers of that magazine. There's 10,000 issues. They claim 2 people read every issue. We'll just use that, but I don't know if that's true. 530 visited the webinar sign-up page, so that is a 2.65 response rate, which from a magazine where they have to get off their duff and actually, go to their computer or whatever and sign up for something is actually pretty dang good. Of those 530, 282 opted in, which is a 53% conversion rate, which is actually great. Of those 282, 12 have purchased either his live training or his recording of his live training, his home training. That's 4.25% of them, and they purchased over $5,000 worth of stuff from him. Now, that is a $2,500 profit. Now, granted, some of that he had to pay to support his business and to be able to record the webinar and stuff like that. But he can continue to do this without those startup costs of recording the webinar, because the next time he does that ad, he doesn't have to pay to record the webinar or do any of the other infrastructure setup. It's all there. And we're testing the heck out of that landing page, so that's going to go up and up and up and up. So you can see, as I said in the very beginning, this is not an arcane art. This is science. This is numbers. Marketing is all about numbers. And unless you're paying attention to all of these numbers, you are dumping money down the drain. So With that in mind, I hope you enjoyed what I presented to you today. If you would like to learn how you can figure out some of these numbers in your business, create an ethical bribe, start creating landing pages, start testing and tracking all of this stuff, the very first step you can take is my Internet Marketing Checkup. It's a 5-page worksheet that you fill out where it asks you about your internet marketing habits and what you do and the metrics you already do know, where you're advertising, who your markets are, and we will start from there. If you are interested today, if you are watching this in the room or watching this live at home, you are getting a $50 discount. I'll make sure of it if you visit internetmarketingcheckup.com. My name is Christopher Doc Locke, and I hope you learned a lot today. Thank you. Doc Locke here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you should know that it's an excerpt from a 77-minute presentation called How to Attract, Convert, and Retain Loyal Customers. To watch the entire video, as well as download the slides and notes pages, visit attractconvertretainCustomers.com.